Play action. Stafford. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and that'll bring up second down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Ernest Jones in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Flush to his right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From midfield now, Burrow. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Burrow will throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Mixon with a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Pirine. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return is Brandon Powell. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Looking sideline, incomplete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Flushed out right.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Well, the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. 7 yards the pick up there. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
From the 29, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Odell Beckham, 29 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Yeah, the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. That's caught. Jamar Chase, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Van Jefferson was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll run for it with Akers. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st. Touchdown, Rams! Tyler Higbee from 10 yards out. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To throw, Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4. And now it's 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that down. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick 6 or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. There's a short one caught by Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 94 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, You know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going right back to Akers. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for 2nd down. Now Stafford with his first throw of OT.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So often in overtime. And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that'll back him up 5. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So it's his 2nd missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT. And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive. Of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And that'll set them back 5. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Throwing, Burrow. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major League kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Stafford on first down. Going up top for Kupp.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford going up top for Kupp. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Stafford.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's taken down inside the 30. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
On 2nd down, Akers, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here.
And he's into the end zone. Move over, James White. You've got a new rival for best finish to a Super Bowl ever. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.